Every business owner and their dog is on Clubhouse right now. So you might be wondering, how can I stand out? What should I do to make the most of my time on Clubhouse? Let's talk about 3 ways to optimize your Clubhouse experience. I'm going to show you 3 ways to easily optimize your Clubhouse experience, or in other words, get more visibility, impact, and maybe even cash flow from your time on the app. And just as a bonus, I'm going to save you some time by telling you exactly who you should be following on Clubhouse if no one else. 3 ways to optimize your Clubhouse experience. The first one is to search and follow people who you'd be interested in hearing speaking. There are a ton of people on Clubhouse, even like big name entrepreneurs, even celebrities. I've seen Kevin Hart on there, Tiffany Haddish, incredible people that you'd think that I would only be able to see them on the television or on the big screen. They're on Clubhouse, they're in these Clubhouse rooms, and you have the opportunity to listen to them or maybe even be brought up on stage to ask them a question or talk with them live. When I got on the app, I immediately went to some of my favorite influencers and entrepreneurs so I could follow them. Think of like the people that you wish that you could sit across the table from having coffee with. What are the kind of questions that you'd love to ask them? Well, lucky for us, we actually might have the opportunity with Clubhouse, whether we get brought up on stage or whether we just join Clubhouse rooms that they're talking in so that we can listen and participate and get involved. I personally follow people like Russell Brunson, even Grant Cardone is on the app, Gary Vaynerchuk, people that I've been watching on other social media platforms, but now I can get closer access to with Clubhouse. So search and follow people who are in the same niche as you that you can collaborate with and maybe even do Clubhouse rooms with. And also search and follow people that maybe are in your dream 100, your list of like your top 100 people that you want to have relationships with, that maybe you'd want as clients or friends or people that you just want to be able to network with. Who is your favorite person to follow on Clubhouse? Let me know in the comments below because I might want to follow them too. The second way to optimize your Clubhouse experience is to search for topics of interest. When you click on a topic inside of Clubhouse, it'll also suggest people and rooms that you can follow. When you start following those people or start following specific topics, you can get notified every time rooms come up that Clubhouse thinks that you might be interested in. And some of those rooms could be a gold mine for you. They could have connections or networking or relationships that could lead into big opportunities or clients for you. I have a friend that loves Clubhouse. She spends a ton of time on it because she says every time she goes onto it, it's like an ATM for her and her business. She knows exactly how to join these rooms, how to provide value, how to start in conversations, and to take those conversations into deep relationships that can turn into really profitable opportunities. Which leads me into tip number 3, which is to not be afraid to join in the conversation or ask questions. That's how you get to collaborate with people. That's how you get to know people and network with people on this audio-based app. It's one thing to join these Clubhouse rooms and be able to listen to these influencers or other people in your network speak on topics, but if you're not going to get involved, it's pretty much the same as just listening to a podcast. Clubhouse is meant for the conversation to go both ways. When you're in a room that is a topic of your interest or of your expertise, raise your hand, ask to be brought up on the stage, and either ask a question or share some of your great takeaways in a way that's going to provide value for the audience that's listening. Now, just a disclaimer, never go into a Clubhouse room with the intention to self-promote. You might notice this as you spend more time on Clubhouse. Sometimes people will come up, they'll raise their hand, be brought up on stage, and seem like they're trying to ask a question, but in a roundabout way, they like sneak in this not so subtle way of self-promoting themselves, and that's going to get you in the moderator's bad books. It comes off shallow. People can smell it from a mile away. When you come into these rooms, the best way to come in is with the intention to build relationships, provide value, and in that's what's going to get people clicking onto your profile, checking out your bio, and in your bio, that's where you can have links to your site or to your products and services, and that's going to be the better way to get people to know, like, and trust you without coming off slimy. I'll tell you that in my Clubhouse rooms, I have a lot of regular people that come into the Clubhouse rooms, they raise their hand, they come onto the stage, and they ask some really thoughtful question that piques my interest and makes me really grateful that they joined us to continue encouraging the conversation between us and for everyone else listening. It creates great quality content. Now, they keep showing up regularly that now I know them by name when they show up on other platforms or when they email me or show up in my DMs on Instagram. It's building the relationship in a way that's really authentic. So if you join these rooms based on topics that you're interested in or that might have people listening that are your customer demographic or can speak to your expertise, show up there, share some value, join in on the conversation, and just be real. That's gonna be the best way to have people build a relationship with you, which then maybe you take offline and can maybe become your next biggest opportunity. Now, before we get into whose Clubhouse rooms you should attend, have you subscribed to this channel yet? Hit that big red button below to get some brand new content marketing strategies and business acceleration tips and more straight to your YouTube feed 5 days a week. I joined Clubhouse shortly after it first came out. It was a huge buzz, and I right away wanted to know whose Clubhouse rooms should I be attending? What are the big buzz rooms that are bringing a ton of influencers and a lot of great opportunities for networking? Of course, you want to find the rooms where you're going to get the most experience and ROI. Like, you want to get an investment on your time, whether that's meaning a relationship or it's knowledge that you can then take into your business and be able to excel from there. So first of all, attend Clubhouse rooms led by people that you know. That way, you have a greater chance that you'll be recognized and have your chance to speak and be brought up on stage. I know that every time my friends have a Clubhouse room, if I join it and raise my hand, they can bring me up and introduce me, share some of my expertise or things that maybe I've helped them with, and then we can join in and add to that conversation. And because the moderators have a good relationship with me, they've kind of promoted me to their audience without me having to. So it'd be really cool if you can even make a list of friends or connections of yours that are active on Clubhouse, and you can even hit the notification button on their profile so it notifies you every time that they start a room or are in a room so that you can request to join and get up on stage with them. Another Clubhouse room you could join is, well, mine. We have the VIP Code Club, and the VIP stands for Video Impact Profit. And we're talking there every single week about how to create videos that make an impact and profit and how to turn that content into high ticket sales. We have awesome clubs in there. We have a lot of 6 and 7 and even 8-figure clients that come into those Clubhouse rooms and share some of their biggest strategies. And it's a great place for you to be able to feel comfortable and practice and get familiar with Clubhouse. If you want to be a Clubhouse moderator, or if you want to participate and learn how to network, this would be a really great place for you to join us, get in the conversation. If you do, be sure to tell me that you came from my YouTube channel so that I know where you came from. So if you want to join me on Clubhouse, you can look me up at Marley Jaxx or join the VIP Code Club and join us anytime we start a room on Clubhouse. If you want to learn more about the networking app that everybody's talking about, we have a whole playlist of videos down below that tell you everything you need to know about building your momentum on Clubhouse. So check out that playlist linked in the video description below.